right, cool. So we are here. We made it.
We made it.
We're at DCon 2022.
Dan drove the rig down.
Yeah.
The rest of the dudes flew.
This bad boy in the house.
Yeah, the green machine.
Yeah.
Dan got us some custom tees just for the event.
Yep.
Feeling good. Hell yeah.
So we're here all weekend. We got the pop-up, chop up.
Yeah.
Got the background set up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be sitting down, just talking to kind of anyone and everybody we can.
Asking them the question of the month. Vector or
what's that
Raster.
question?
Hell yeah. What's yours? Vector or Raster?
I'm Vector.
You're Vector?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm on the clock, on the paycheck, I'm Vector, but
Yeah.
I like Raster. You could kind of cheat and do some things, get the vibe going. You just got to make that file massive as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
40 by 40.
For sure.
Million DPI.
So you can use that bad boy.
But I like both. I actually like Clark Orr's answer the best.
Literally no one cares.
No one cares, which is like the funniest
They
shit.
don't give a shit how it's created as long as it looks good in
Make
the end.
it dope, yeah. We've been going around asking everybody. We're going to splice. Honestly, just say that.
I Procreate.
Oh, so that's
none of the above.
That's Raster.
Procreate.
That's Raster also.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind if I ask you on camera? Yeah. Is that okay? All right, I'm here with the legend, Steve Cab. We got the question of the hour. Need to know, Vector or Raster, and why?
Probably Raster because I use Procreate.
Boom, heard it here first.
So we're here at DCon, and I'm sitting down with an old homie, Max242 from Fighting for Dreams.
Yes, sir.
So Max and I and Brandon Hart go way back, 20 years probably, right?
Yeah, 20 years. Met you guys in San Diego, I believe. God, those were old days, man. A long time ago. Yeah, and shortly after that, I started working on Fighting for Dreams, F4D Studios. It's a labor of love, man. I mean, we love doing what we do. It's it takes time. It's hard, but we just continue to grow. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is trying to grow our craft and trying to grow our business and just try and keep going.
Yep. Your art is like, I don't know, so gnarly, so detailed, and kind of the battle of like how long do you spend on a piece, and and I know you've always battled with that. Like,
I have. So that's one of my biggest things is it takes me probably about a good 40 hours plus to do each piece.
Yeah.
And I know that's a long time in our industry.
Totally.
That's a long time.
Yep.
I used to work at design houses, and I would have to do 3 of them in a week, 4 of them in a week, and so it's tough, man. So now that I'm doing my own thing, I can spend the time and do it and really work on the creative process from beginning to completion. But it's still a tough thing. It's a tough thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to see you out here.
Thank you.
I mean, we've been here 3 years. You're here every year.
Yeah, but you guys do everything right. Look at this. You guys do it right, We have a booth. You guys, you have a palace.
Well,
look at that.
Yeah. We bring the whole crew and the whole RV unit and everything. So
yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I love seeing what you guys have done and what you've created, and your work is top notch.
Yeah.
Your design work, your design team. And I think that's one of the things that I've always admired and appreciated about you is we have that passion and that drive to continue to excel in our craft and to work with good people.
Yep.
All right, we're here with the man, the myth, Slushcult. We got to know, burning question, Vector or Raster, and why?
100% Vector, because I'm a point and click boy. I'm a pen tooler all the way. So, yeah, Vector for life.
I love it. Lock it in, Vector. Here we are.
Vector for life.
Put that V up, flying V, baby. What's up? We back. I'm sitting here with my man Sam.
What up, y'all?
Samborghini.
That's me.
Great PNW, from Seattle.
Yep.
We got to ask him the most important question of the day, the week.
What you got for me?
A Vector or Raster, and why?
Well.
The people want to know.
The people want to know. It really, 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 really does not matter.
I like it.
I do both. I like to, pen tool it up. Illustrator is my first love, I
like that.
So I love the Vector for, logos and stuff, but when it comes to like airbrushing and gradients and shadows, like Vector doesn't really make sense. So a lot of times I just work in Photoshop and stuff. So now I don't really care. And then also when it comes to sending to a screen printer, it doesn't matter. A lot of screen printers are we need Vector. Those are the shitty screen printers. So if your screen printer's Vector only, then you need to be
they probably suck.
You need to learn how to separate your colors, homie, because fucking anything works.
And those manual blends, you got to be a pro to pull those.
Yeah, they're just being lazy.
All right, so if the shit looks dope, it don't matter what file format you got.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Doesn't. Also, I'm gonna keep going with this.
Yeah, keep telling the people.
Half the things we design these days only like live on Instagram anyways. So like, why does it matter if the edges need to be perfect, like blown up a million like sizes bigger? It's not gonna get any bigger than 1080 pixels.
It's not going on a billboard,
No.
side of a building.
No. So keep that shit pixelated.
I like it. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, second question of the day.
Yep.
Photoshop or Procreate? We got the old heads versus the new heads. What's good?
I draw everything on Procreate because it's just like easy to take with me on the plane and whatnot. So I have my little iPad. I use Procreate.
Okay.
I have all the brushes like set up on there. I just do it on there, and I have my layers. But then I do send my file to Photoshop, and I finish all my shit on Photoshop because I cut out my drawings with the pen tool and I isolate it.
Damn.
And then I change the colors in Photoshop.
Okay.
So like I use Illustrator, Photoshop, and Procreate. I like interchange them for like whatever I'm doing. I use all three.
That's a true professional right there.
I try.
I like it. I mean, just add in a little bit of InDesign, and you're just using the whole suite, you know?
Dude, I will die before I use InDesign.
All right, we're here with the man, Boss Dog. Question of the hour we need to know. Vector or raster, and why?
I guess vector. I don't really know, so I don't know enough about rastering to fucking say if I would prefer it.
I know you get down on micron pens, so would you just say micron over both of those?
Yes. Fuck yes. Micron all day, pen and paper.
A 5 or a 7 size?
03, 08.
Oh, real small. Okay, there it is. Love it. Thank you.
All right, so we're back sitting down at the chop up. We got Brooks from Nowhere Land here. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Cheers to you for making the trip out,
Yeah.
meeting you in person,
It's
hanging
good to meet
out.
you,
Like,
bro.
yeah, I love
Yeah.
your brand, dude. You're killing it. And
Thanks,
I
man.
love what you're doing. I love where you're from. I have, I went to design school in Denver.
You went to the Art Institute, didn't you?
I did.
So did I.
Did you?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So my wife and I, we both went there, and we thought we were missing something in San Diego when we moved back.
Mhm.
And looking back, like I could retire in Colorado. Like we might.
Yeah.
Because I loved it. It was cool.
Colorado's
Yeah.
great. I moved there when I was a kid with my
Okay.
family. I'm from California originally.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
In Costa Mesa, so
Yeah.
I've got the nostalgia for this area of the country, but I love Colorado. It's where I grew up, and it's where I went to school and where I learned to do this. So
Yeah.
it's definitely got a special place, and I think I'll probably be there forever. It's
cool.
It's pretty rad. So
That's cool.
But yeah, it's
Perfect.
been cool to be here for
Cool.
sure. Well, I don't know. Is this the time?
This can be the time. And then I'll have a question for you at the end.
You'll have to cut out me messing that up.
No, he does great with cutting out. Yeah.
All right, Dan, I have a gift for you.
You got a gift.
Since the company, you guys are the Skate Deck Kings.
What
I
is
got
this?
you a little
Oh,
little
shit.
Nowhere Land special.
Oh, damn. Custom art? Hell yeah, dude. This is
Just for
sick.
you, a little octopus.
Damn.
There might not be any octopus in Washington, but
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Dude, that colorway is amazing.
thank
I
you.
think it pops.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
That's great.
It's kind of almost has like a cotton candy
Yeah.
vibe
totally.
to it, but
like you want to
yeah.
eat it. That's rad. Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
of course,
Yeah,
of course.
love
It's
it,
the
love
least
it.
I could do. You
Yeah.
guys have provided me and so many other designers inspiration for days.
That's cool.
I have both the books, the Illustration Mayhem, the
Nice.
Logo Mayhem.
Nice.
And they're incredible. So
That's
yeah.
cool. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Rad. It'll go in the studio for sure.
Dope.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I got a question for you. We're
Okay.
asking everybody.
All right.
So Photoshop or Procreate?
Photoshop or Procreate? I'm a die-hard Photoshop guy.
Nice.
That's what I learned illustration on,
Okay.
and I'm too stubborn to learn anything new.
Yep.
So, but Procreate's a great tool,
Yeah.
and I think if you're just starting out, things get expensive. Photoshop's a little
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
Procreate's free.
Yeah.
I think it's a great gateway.
Yeah.
And if you want to get a little more advanced, maybe Photoshop is the way to go. But
Cool.
I think Casey Neistat always is use the best tool that you have available to you.
Totally.
So
Yep, yeah.
if Procreate's the best thing you have within reach, use it. And
Yep.
no one cares what you use.
Exactly.
Just however you get it done. Obviously, there's some standards when it comes to like production and doing business as a professional. But
Yep.
you got to start somewhere. So
Yeah.
whatever you have access to, I say use that. But Photoshop is the go-to.
Cool. All right, we're here with Crocodile Jackson. We need to know the burning question: vector or raster, and why?
If you don't vector, no, wait, hold on. If you can vector, you should. Rasterizing is the plague of the earth, and I think I hate it. Whatever. See you later, dude.
Boom.
And we got Nick Longo.
What's going on,
in
buddy?
the house. Good, man. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Yeah,
dude.
you too.
It's always at the conventions.
It is conventions, or
Crop.
we've done some Zoom stuff,
Yeah.
like some presentations
That's right,
and
man.
things like that.
Yeah, you were on our podcast, and
Yep.
it's great stuff, man.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
to see
for
you
sure.
again, man.
You too.
Yeah.
And you always, when you come out, you bring some of your students
I
with,
do,
which
man.
is super rad.
I get to teach here at Cal State Northridge here in LA, and this is I'm so glad these are back.
Yeah.
For them to walk this kind of stuff and see, other designers and people that like you guys put your name on products and stand behind it. I love that.
Yeah.
That's the best thing, man. It's such a good inspiration for them. So
Yeah.
love being here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even us coming here, we know a lot of the artists and things, but you leave here just inspired.
Exactly.
To create better art, to do new projects. So, as I've told a lot of people going to different design conferences and this and that, like you got to go to these things. For one thing, you'll meet people like
Exactly.
you and I, Matt, and at the same time, you'll just leave inspired to do better work.
Yeah, I think it's so neat to see like that wave of like what people do when they leave here. I don't care what you're doing. You go home and you go, I'm not doing enough.
Yep.
I want to do more.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so
Yep.
many things we get to do and little areas we get to play in as creatives.
For sure. Yeah.
I can't get enough of these, man. They're the
cool.
best, dude.
That's
They're the
cool.
best.
All right, so I got a question
Yes,
for you.
go
I got
for
two
it.
questions.
Uh-oh,
So
here we go.
So two different ones. So which one can lead into the other? So vector versus raster. Well,
I'm Vector 1,000%.
vector all the day. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are going raster, Photoshop or Procreate?
Photoshop right now.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're old school. There's I think there's this kind of gap in between
Yes.
how long you've been in the industry. There's a
sure.
lot of new
Yeah.
designers that are starting and just diving into Procreate, and the
Really?
iPad and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Oh yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I was doing Procreate for quite a while, but I just find my work is all on the Mac, on my computer,
Yeah.
and I just, until like Fresco and a few other things that were a little more integrated into the Creative Suite, I've been using that more than probably the Procreate at this point.
Yeah.
But I totally get the advantage of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But when I need it, it's like I can't even mess with some of that stuff on an iPad. It's going
Yeah.
right to your computer and
Yeah.
just doing it.
That's cool. Good to hear. Well, cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Glad we got to hang out again.
Exactly,
and-
dude. And I got my big Lincoln L.
Did you? Nice.
It's gonna go right behind me on my desk, man.
Hell
I can't
yeah.
wait.
Love it. I would love to come down sometime and actually do an in-person class or sit in.
anytime,
Like,
dude. Oh, you kidding? You could
I
take
love
over
doing
for.
that stuff.
You guys could take over for like a week in
That'd
my
be-
class.
that'd be fun.
We'll do a Lincoln takeover of
That'd
my
be
design
super
class.
fun.
The students would absolutely love it,
I'd
dude.
be down for that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Next time you're in LA, bro,
Okay.
I'm down.
Sounds good.
All right, we're here with the man, Wizard of Barge. I got the question of the day: vector or raster, and why?
Oh, dude, raster, because I don't know how to do vector.
There it is. Boom, raster it is.
Simple.
Put one on the board.
Yeah, lack of knowledge makes style.
There you go. I mean, look at this shit. Looks good. So there it is. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're back. We got Canvas Cam in the house.
Mevis me.
Yes. Hey, it's good to be back. See you again.
Yeah, man.
Last year you were out here. We hung out. We actually went out to a brewery, had some drinks
Had some
afterwards.
drinks, had some dinner.
Yeah, it was
Gave me some good advice that I put into motion this year.
You did.
So I did.
Which is crazy. I mean, we had dinner that night, and you asked me some questions on business and things that I would do,
Yeah.
And I, to a point, told you, like, hey, man, if you want to go for it, like, get a booth and come out,
Yeah.
and you put that into action
And I
this
set
year.
it into motion. Full transparency, I registered a few months ago and could not afford it.
Yep.
And this last few months I've been crazy busy. I could afford it. I reached out and I made it happen in about 2.5 weeks.
That's rad.
Everybody could have said no. I did a collab with Upstate Merch. We came out with this awesome Stay Creative t-shirt.
Yep.
And again, Dylan could have said no, and he didn't. And the biggest piece of advice that I've learned is the worst thing you can hear is no.
Yep.
So
you got to ask,
Yep, got to ask.
Yeah. So we got a question. We're
All right.
running the question around. Actually, so I'm going to do a two-part because you
Okay.
weren't on the last one.
I wasn't on the last one.
So we were at Creative Works. We had some questions. So Vector or Raster?
I watched that episode.
Did you watch it?
I
Nice.
watched it, and it was very, very split. And I'm gonna go right 70-30. I'm Vector 70.
Okay.
Yeah, I start with Procreate.
Okay.
I build on top of my sketch that I do in Procreate.
Yep.
I'll build on top of it in Illustrator. And then when I'm doing like gritty band T-shirts and all that stuff, I'll take the Vector, I'll raster it, I'll add some stuff. So 70-30, but my heart and soul is Vector.
So that'll lead into the new question,
All right.
which is Photoshop or Procreate?
Ooh,
Procreate on your end.
Procreate
huh?
on
Yep.
my end.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I answered that in the beginning.
So there's definitely like a, obviously, the longer you've been in the industry, there was no Procreate.
There
you know
was
what
no
I mean?
Procreate.
So we have like
I
Max
started
and-
with like pencil, paper, uploading that shit into Photoshop and Illustrator as well.
Totally,
so
yeah.
Procreate has been a great tool
It's cool.
because you're kind of cutting corners. You can
Yeah.
build on top of layers and all that stuff, which you could do in Photoshop.
Yeah.
But Adobe just came out with the Photoshop for iPad within the last year or so.
Yeah.
And so I feel like Procreate got the advantage on that.
Yeah.
But Procreate through and through, man.
All right, I'm here with my man Damasso. We got to know, dude, Vector or Raster, and why?
Bastard.
There it is.
We got our man, Chomp Brand, Joshua Ariza here.
Yep.
We're down here in your backyard.
Yeah. 15 minutes for me. I didn't even book a hotel. You're
going home tonight?
Yeah, we'll be home tonight in my own bed.
Nice.
Try to see the kids before they go down.
Nice.
Man, there's a lot of really, really good illustration here, and it totally sucks to be in competition with them, dude. I feel like people are just getting better at their merchandising and getting better at their booths, and their product is getting better. Like, if you're trying to sell a poster here, you're in competition with, like, world-class illustrators.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I just got a chance to walk a little bit of it, and, like, just blown away.
There's just so many good artists out there right now.
There are. So I got a question. So last time it was Raster or Vector, right?
Right.
So this time we're going Photoshop or Procreate. I think I can answer this for you because you're old school.
What's the answer?
I think you can say Photoshop.
It's Photoshop
yeah,
for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think
Dude,
there's
I'm
a
I'm like
generation-
just old enough where like the tablet era like just didn't happen for me. I still do it a little bit like to correct things, but I'm a Photoshop nerd, dude. And they keep adding features and I don't fucking use them. I just use the same features every time.
Totally.
If you can drop a shadow, you're a graphic designer. That's what I always say.
All right, so we're here again at DCon, and we're sitting down with Mark Brickey. Woo woo! Yes, back in the house. We got you for a couple minutes. You're running around like a madman. You're running the whole stage for
You got
Sony.
me for as long as you need me, Dan. I always got time for my friends over at Lincoln. In fact, this is great because sitting here having a conversation with you keeps me from getting into 590-second conversations out there where it's just zigzag. You're going up and down stream. Like, it is such a family reunion here, which is great. Sometimes exhausting.
So what are your thoughts on this year? I mean, the booth, like when we got our booth, I looked at the floor plan. It's almost doubled as far as vendors.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's growing,
Yeah, so a couple of thoughts about this year. We're back into 2 rooms, which gives everybody a little bit more space. I think that this floor plan's great, and from what I hear, next year's looking to already be gnarlier.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
We got a question. I think I know your answer, but
Okay.
So Photoshop or Procreate, if you had to do one or the other?
Photoshop, man.
Yeah, you're old school.
I'm old school.
A lot of it depends on the age, how long you've been in the industry.
Well, there's another big factor, too. I am always going to be a desktop guy. I was taught that the mouse was my tool, and I like the precision of being able to click in to a specific spot on the timeline.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the iPad, it's very fun and it's relaxing, but it's not as precision. And, I don't like the idea that I got to go up to the top, drop something down, get my brush. Like, I like that I can just have I'm rocking 3 monitors. So all my brushes are available, I like to have all of my tools at my fingertips. I don't like nesting because it takes me out of the creative flow. Yeah. I love the iPad. I think Procreate is an amazing program. And you know how I used it when I was doing illustration? I'd get all of my artwork done, all of my illustration done, and then I use it as a very expensive way to color.
To color.
And I would sit on the couch watching shitty reality TV with Beth,
yeah.
and I'd just be coloring one brick in at a time on Sleeping Beauty's castle. And for me, it was a good addition too, but it was never a replacement.
Gotcha. Yep. So we also asked Vector or Raster, which I know.
Oh, come on, man.
I know
Come
for
on.
you.
Thanks, Frank.
I know for you is Raster.
Here's the deal. My heart will always be with Vector because Vector gives you the ultimate in flexibility.
Yeah.
Postage stamp or billboard. That's what we were taught, old school design, right?
Yep.
And nobody makes
Yep.
postage stamps. Nobody
Yeah.
makes billboards
Yeah.
anymore. But Raster, what I learned from our friends Aesthetic Apparatus, Raster gets nasty. And he gets a weird, dirty edge on it that looks punk as fuck.
Yeah.
So there is a beauty and place for rasterized art.
For sure.
And these days that I'm a digital guy, mostly doing horrible thumbnails for YouTube, I have to say, even though I love Vector, my entire day spent in the rasterized world.
Yep. All right, so we're back out here. We're going to sit down, probably shoot our last chop up of the day with my man, JCruz.
How you doing?
What's up,
Good
buddy?
to see you, Dan.
Yeah, you too. JCruz on Instagram.
JCruz Studios on Instagram.
Yep.
And Eternal Trip Co. is the brand I do.
Nice. Let's go back quickly. We try and keep these short and sweet.
Yeah.
You got a long storied career with a lot of great brands.
Thanks, man.
You're one of my favorite brands. And group of brands with like Loser Machine and Dark Seas.
Yeah,
and you've
definitely. They've been super supportive. I do a lot of motorcycle art, and so they've always kind of had my back. I met them at the Cycle Swap in Long Beach. Started working with them from that scene.
Yeah.
And been with them since like 2009 or 10, something crazy.
Nice.
And you guys were doing stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
And we've kind of had this weird, like,
kind of crossing back and
forth with like Hot Wheels and Mattel and
Yep.
Loser Machine Dark Seas and then Harley Davidson.
Yeah, Harley. That's what I love about the design and art industry. Is like, I've always said, like, there's enough work to go around,
Right.
And then you meet people that do similar things, work with similar clients, and it's like there isn't this like. I feel like in the art industry, there isn't this like, oh, you're my competition. It's more like, hey, hell yeah, man. Like,
Well, I was always like, no, you're definitely my competition. I got to take you out. My sights were on Lincoln. I was going to take the whole design firm out.
Take it
that
down.
That was it. Yeah.
Take it down.
I failed miserably. Yeah. That didn't ever happen. So I was like, oh, if you can't beat him, just join him, man.
Right.
So I sent you guys an application. I'll be working for you guys now that I quit Quicksilver last week.
You
so
did.
now,
Yeah,
I'm going to be with you guys.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. You were at Quick for how long?
Well, I worked for Quicksilver 2 times, back in 2010 to 13 for a few years. And then I quit to pursue like freelancing and doing a lot of cycle art. And then they brought me back on in 2018.
Okay.
So I just left now, and it was on good terms. I'm just giving them a hard time. But But it was a great place to work for, man.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to focus on Eternal Trip.
That's right.
Full time now, which is like a vintage 70s inspired, kind of biker related stuff. But I kind of want to branch out and do like custom toys and vintage collectibles like that look like they're from the 70s and stuff. So
nice.
I'm focusing on that. So
that's great.
Yeah, man.
I love what you're doing. I love
Thanks.
hanging out and seeing you out here. And
It's always good to see you too,
It's
man.
always good to cheers, brother.
Yeah, cheers,
to catch
man.
up and hang out. So I got a question for you. We're asking everybody we sit down with.
Okay.
So, which I think I know kind of which direction you lean, but if you got to pick one, raster or vector art?
Probably. I appreciate vector art better. It's more versatile, but I'm always a raster guy.
You go raster. Yep. And then if you had to choose Photoshop or Procreate, I think I know this one too.
Man, going from analog to Photoshop and doing Photoshop for the past 20-something, 30 years, so it's like I'm just now learning Procreate. So I'm trying my best, and I end up inking in Procreate, scanning it, and sending it to my Photoshop file to color and do all that stuff in. So hopefully it'll just be Procreate, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Right on.
Dude, so good.
All right, brother.
Thanks so much, man. I appreciate you guys letting me come and talk to you, dude. I'm a big
good
fan,
to catch
so
up, and we need to collab at some point or do something.
That would be awesome.
That'd be fun. Cool.
I'd love to do it.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, hell
All
yeah.
right, cheers.